The bullying got really bad once I got into junior high. So where I grew up, we have kindergarten through fourth grade, and then that's called elementary school, and then we had intermediate, so that's fifth and sixth, so that's intermediate school, and then you go to junior high, which is seventh and eighth, and then high school. When I entered seventh grade, I was terrified. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I'm pretty sure we had like just recently moved into the area. To protect everyone in this story, I'm going to change everyone's names. So in the beginning of seventh grade, I had one best friend. We're going to call her Sophie. No, I don't like that name. Wait. We're going to call her Hannah. Yeah, let's call her Hannah. Okay. So Hannah and I had been friends. No, we did not just move into the district. We moved into the district when I was in fourth grade. So Hannah and I met in fourth grade, actually. We were in the same class. So we sat with each other at lunch and everything like that. Hannah, I don't know. She wasn't a terrible friend. It's just she kind of controlled me, and I let her. She was pretty mean. She always said like underlying like insults, and then would say like, "Oh, it was just a joke." Like, and I also noticed like I was never allowed to come to her house. She never wanted to come over, but she always had friends over, and she just kind of always left me, and I was only her convenient friend. So I started off the year with her, and seventh grade's going okay. I don't have that many friends, but I have like people that I talk to. So right off the bat, I'm struggling with my grades in seventh grade. It was hard. That was one of the hardest years grades wise for me. So I think my second period was science, and that was my worst class. The bullying got really bad in that class. There was about a group of 4 people who would sit back there and like make fun of my hair and the way that I dressed. Now, I'm not gonna say that I dressed the best because I wore suspenders and splatter paint pants. I don't know. I'll insert pictures. So I'm not saying that I was like I dressed the best or I was the prettiest girl in school, but people picked on me for it. I didn't have the best taste in clothes. I didn't really care about whatever was trending. I just kind of wore what I wanted to wear. So I was bullied for it. I was also bullied for being skinny. I was bullied just anything that they can think about. I was bullied. So the ending of 7th grade is starting to pass, and I finally just snap. I was in gym class one time, and this girl, we're gonna call her Yasmin. Basically, we were picking groups for capture the flag or something, and I decided to go in one group. But this girl named Yasmin, most of her friends were in that group, so and we can only have like 6 to a group or whatever. So there was too many. So she literally picked me up, put me to the side, and went into that group. So I'm upset. I am boiling. Little 7th grade me is just boiling the whole time. So I just go into a different group, and then we get into the locker room, and someone has literally taken my shirt and has put it in a toilet. I know who it was. It was Yasmin. I knew that it was her. So I go up to her and I said, I was just so proud of myself. I was like, I am not a doormat and you will not walk all over me. And how would you like if someone did it to you? Are you insecure? I thought it was so great. Like literally, I was like, I got it from a movie. I was just so proud of myself. So basically it turns into a screaming match. And our gym teacher reports us both to the principal, and I'm literally just like bawling. I'm like telling them like, I've been bullied all year, like, and they did nothing. They literally did nothing. You know what happened? I got detention. I got 4 days of detention along with her. And I was like, she's been bullying me all year. I didn't do anything. She threw my shirt in the toilet and I couldn't even wear it. I had to wear my gym shirt for the rest of the day. And it was just so bad. I got detention. Me. What? That makes... I'm disappointed in our education system. So that was pretty much not the ending of the bullying in 7th grade, but it died down a little bit. So let's talk about 8th grade. That was literally my worst year. The year started off, for some reason, I loved big bows. I will insert pictures again. I was just, I don't know. I was obsessed with big bows. I loved them. I don't know. So I had a social studies class, and that was pretty much where all the bullying happened. Not all of it, but it was like around where all the bullying happened. So there was about 6 people, and their leader, we're gonna call him Jason. Jason was like the leader of everyone, and everyone pretty much followed Jason. And sorry, I'm thirsty. Everyone pretty much followed Jason. So whatever he did, everyone followed. And I had like the biggest like braids in my head for 8th grade at the beginning, and Jason would be like, haha, that's why you have weave. He would just make fun of me for everything. They would make fun of me for my shoes because I didn't really like name brand shoes. I'm still like that. I really don't like name brand shoes. So they would make fun of my shoes a lot. Like, that was pretty much one of the biggest things that they would say. And the teacher did nothing. It was like a movie. The teacher literally did nothing, said nothing all year. I remember one time I went to the bathroom and I came back and my gum and money and like lunch were missing. And it was already after lunch, but I just had like stuff left over, and like everyone was like laughing like around me, and I knew that Jason or someone in Jason's crew took it. And so I reported it to the teacher, and she said, you shouldn't leave your stuff out. And I was like, okay. Yeah. We're gonna call that teacher Miss Waffle. I'm calling her Miss Waffle because she was actually a different breakfast food. But, yeah. So, I'm getting comfortable because I'm getting upset. So, I go to the principal, and the principal goes, sorry, I can't do anything about it. I was like, okay. So, this goes on for the rest of the year. I'm tormented every day in 7th period. I hate going to 7th period. I used to love history, and now I completely hate it. Now, this was my, one of my breaking points. I was sitting in class, and people were, like, yanking my braids. People were tossing my bag around. They were continuously talking about my shoes, talking about how ugly I was, and the teacher did nothing about it. So I got up and I ran out of class crying. I sat in the bathroom for like 30 minutes crying. I was done. I didn't want to go to school anymore. It was really bad. So I come back, and the teacher sends me to the counselor, and literally I told the counselor, I pour my heart out. I tell her how long it's been going on. The bullying was really bad. Like, I can't even explain to you how bad the bullying had gotten. Like, I was literally being slammed into lockers. Not into the locker, but like they were slamming me against the lockers. It got really bad, and the school did nothing about it. So fast forward to towards the end of the year, my parents were finally called one day after I ended up actually bumping my head because I was pushed so hard, and we couldn't figure out honestly who did it, and I didn't know who did it. So my dad literally goes, I don't care if they look at you and you don't like it, take a textbook and bash their head in. Now, I'm a little goody two-shoes, and I don't like getting in trouble at school, so I wasn't going to do that. But, like, that's pretty much how fed up my parents were with it, because the school wasn't doing anything. It was really bad. So, I am sitting in lunch with a couple of new friends. By this point, I've made some new friends. I ended up realizing that my friend, Hannah, it wasn't going to work out. We just had to go our separate ways. Now we see each other and we're like, that's, like, our fights in 7th grade were so dumb. But, yeah, I left her. I was kind of done with trying to be her friend. I was done with trying to chase her around. I was always apologizing, and I didn't really know why. So, yeah. So, I met a new friend, and I don't think he'll care if I use his name. I'm not going to use his name. We're going to call him Brian. He's going to laugh at me for calling him Brian. But Brian and, like, the rest of, like, his friends, they kind of just took me in, and I had a new place to sit at lunch. And the year was actually looking up. There was a girl named, I'm running out of names, guys. Piper. There's another girl named Piper, and she had a little sister that was, like, in 7th grade, and she was in 8th grade. And they were jealous that Brian just, like, I guess, hung out with me more. He took more of a liking to me. I think that they kind of liked him, which, he was gay, so, I mean, whatever. Like, he doesn't like you back. He doesn't even like me back, so, like, I don't know what their problem was. But they didn't like it, so they made it their mission to make my life terrible. They would spread rumors about me. They would, like, it came up that I was a slut, and I was sending indecent pictures, and I had never done anything like that. And finally, one day, we're sitting at the table, and I'm sitting right next to Brian, and someone threw something at me, and I was like, who threw that? Because I'm so tired of you guys. I knew exactly who it was. And then, like, she's, like, sitting at, like, how lunch tables are. She's, like, sitting at the next lunch table, and she's like, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me. And I'm like, I'm not about to fight her. So, like, I'm like, whatever. So I'm sitting there, and she stands up. She comes over, and there's, like, a crowd of people now. And she's like, she hits me. And I'm like, honestly, it didn't even hurt. I was like, what was that piece of paper? Like, she barely, because there were so many people, like, in between us, she, like, barely even, like, made contact with me. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I am not about to just sit here and let her fight me. So I stand up, and Brian is about 6'4". He literally goes, nope, we're not doing this, because we had finals coming up, and if you get suspended, you can't take your finals, so then you basically have to repeat not the entire, you just have to come back in, like, the summer and take it. So she was like, no, I'm not gonna let you fight. And I was like, no, let me fight her, let me fight her, let me fight her. I'm so tired of this. I've gone through this for 2 years, and I'm just tired of letting people run all over me. I don't know why I let people run all over me. So basically, he ended up not letting me fight, and we actually now had video evidence that she hit me. So she ended up being suspended, which, that took way too long. So, was that the ending of my bullying? No, but once I got to high school, it got a lot better. So I just want to let you lovelies know that it does get better. Even if you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, like, it gets better. And usually those people are going through something, and they want to hurt other people. And I'm getting teary-eyed because I went through a lot that year. But it gets better, and please tell someone. Please tell someone if you're being bullied, because, and if they don't listen, keep telling someone. Tell the next person, tell another person, tell another person, tell someone over that person, because it gets better. And make sure you're telling your parents, because it's not okay to be bullied. And for people that do bully, I just pray for you, and I'm sorry whatever you're going through, because there's no way that you're happy if you're bullying someone. So I just hope that eventually you get help, and I just want to raise awareness that this does happen, and a lot of times nothing is done about it, so we all have to band together and make sure something is done about it.
Wrecking balls inside my